What's up, everybody? We're going to be talking about some hoops. It's Namco Dustin here, Fantasy Smack Talk, talking about fantasy basketball. In this video, we're going over our point guard rankings, but please note, we're going to have all of the other videos up. Sleepers, busts, deep sleepers, all going to be on the website. Bunch of articles written too. Check it out. I am so excited for fantasy basketball. I actually love this. Go ahead, Dustin, start with the first.
I'm excited as well. Perfect filler during the week between Sundays. Tier 1 for point guard, you can't really go wrong here. All these guys are probably going to be drafted in the first round in most leagues. But Chris Paul, Curry, Kyrie Irving, all these guys, solid picks. And Irving in particular made huge strides last year in the first tier of point guards this year. We love him.
All right, Tier 2. Got to start with my boy, the leader of the Washington Bullets, max contract. Thank God they did that. John Wall. Love this guy. He deserved a max deal, and here's why. Last 2 months of the season, 22 points, 7.5 assists, 5 boards, a steal and a half a game. This guy does it all, fills it up. I think they're a playoff team. I think he's going to play extremely well. Love John Wall to start off Tier 2. Obviously, I'm a little biased. But he's going to be good, though. Guarantee he's going to be good. The other guy I'm going to be talking about is Derrick Rose, and we have him ranked at the end of this tier. And the reason why, I know he's so far removed from the injury at this point, and everyone thought he should have played last year, but there's still that little bit of doubt. So, we feel taking a guy like Wall is just enough safer to do that. However, obviously the ceiling for the former MVP is extremely high, so note that in your drafts as well.
Tier 3 is still a lot of talent. Point guard's always a pretty deep position, but it seems like this year, even in Tier 3, you're looking at pretty good talented fantasy players for you. Drew Holiday's the first guy we have at number 8 with the Pelicans. New home for him. He played great last year. We really think he's going to have another solid year. Russell Westbrook, we moved him down just a little bit because he's going to miss probably about the first month or so. And then one other guy, Rubio, I wanted to talk quickly about. This guy ended last year pretty solid, kind of a nice steal specialist for you. He's going to get those assists. We think he could have great strides this year as far as getting those points up this year. So we like Rubio as well as a kind of middle early round pick.
All right, to start off Tier 4, we got another guy that's banged up, and that's Rondo for the Celtics. Now, here's the issue. Rondo is a stud, or had been a stud for the last couple years. The fact that he's banged up certainly hurts him, but the other fact, he isn't going to be averaging the same crazy assist numbers because they got rid of everybody. We think Jeff Green, who we'll highlight in other shows, will be stepping up this year, but Rondo is knocked down due to the injury, but also the supporting cast. Next, I want to talk about Brandon Jennings. He's out there with Detroit now, so that's going to be interesting. They're going with a really big lineup with the Monroe, Drummond, and Josh Smith probably starting. Jennings loves to shoot the ball. People are going to have to pack him in the middle, so he will get the opportunity. Just know when you draft Jennings, you're probably going to get a terrible percentage that goes along with it. And the last guy I really want to touch base on is Gordon Dragic out there with the Suns. This was a guy that we really liked last year. He started off pretty slow, kind of came into his own towards the middle to end of the year. Still like him, and at this point now, we liked him like everybody else did. He was going crazy high at one point, so then we came off him and didn't like him nearly as much. In this year's draft, he's now going a lot lower, so again, we like him now. It's all about values, like the stock market. Like the stock market, Dustin. Highs and lows.
It is like the stock
Bears and bulls.
Tier 5, want to highlight a couple of people here. George Hill, the first guy. Solid year for him last year. He finally got out of San Antonio, had a chance to play more minutes, played well. He should get a lot more, another year with a lot of minutes. He should have another solid season. And then Victor Oladipo. This is one of the rookies that is going to probably have an instant impact. He's out there with Orlando. He's going to be battling Jameer Nelson. They're saying he's probably going to be battling at the point guard position, but there's also a chance maybe shooting guard. So he's going to be on the floor. He's going to be a guy you need to pay attention to on draft day. He's definitely going to be on most people's sleeper list.
And I know what you're thinking. It's a little weird that we have him ranked in the point guards, but the Magic are really pushing for it, and it's very similar to what happened with Westbrook. That's what the model they're going under. I'll know what happened with Westbrook.
We'll
kind
see.
of worked out. All right, Tier 6, highlighting 2 people. First one's Jeremy Lin. Now, he's not the Jeremy Lin for that month in the Knicks that went absolutely nuts. And he had an okay year last year, nothing spectacular. But the addition of Dwight Howard should certainly help his assist totals. So that's just something to keep in mind when you're drafting him. And then I want to highlight Trey Burke. And I think Trey Burke's probably going to be one of the most overdrafted players in all of fantasy basketball this year. Obviously on Michigan, he had a lot of hype. Everyone really knows he's a household name. I watched him, and yes, I watched NBA Summer League. I watched him all Summer League. He did terrible. And Summer League talent is not NBA talent. So I'm just a little bit weary of Trey Burke. I don't think he's going to immediately switch and be a stud in the NBA, where he's currently playing.
Tier 7, there's some position stuff here that you need to pay attention to as far as battles go in the preseason, so keep an eye out for that. But Jameer Nelson, the first guy, if Oladipo doesn't end up working out as their point guard, then you need to move Jameer Nelson up a little bit from where we have him this low. But we're putting him this low because we're anticipating that he is going to hurt him in some way. And then the mess going on out there with the Kings, with Vasquez and Thomas. Whoever wins that job is going to have value, but as of right now, it's just a little too scary to rank them any higher than this. But both those guys you need to pay close attention to, and hopefully we'll have a better idea as we get closer.
Who do you think wins?
I think it's Vasquez.
You love Vasquez.
I love Thomas too, though.
You do love Thomas too. All right, rounding it out, and I don't even know why I want to talk about any of these guys, but I guess we got to. First one's Avery Bradley. Obviously, with Rondo out, he's going to take over the duties. He's more of a defensive specialist. I knew you were going to say that too. He's more of a defensive specialist. Not, thrilled with him, but in deeper leagues, you got to take note of him, of course. And then last is Mario Chalmers. This is another guy that typically gets overdrafted, and the reason why novices know the name, Mario Chalmers, he's on the Heat. They win championships. But you know what? He ain't the reason they're winning championships. He pretty much dribbles it up, passes it, and sits in the corner and waits for a three. So that's all you're getting out of him. Not that good. So that's why he is Mr. Irrelevant in our rankings.
So this is the point guards. Like Brent said at the beginning of the show, check out all the other tiers and rankings, all the other videos. And if you got any questions or you want to post your teams, head in the forums.
God, I'm so excited.
Point guard.
Bullets!
Come on, Wizards and Pelicans.